first game the Raptors have gotten since last year, 2020. And we got it at the Air Canada Center. We got a great standing ovation, great speech from Freddie VanVleet, but it didn't end in a win. The Raptors lost today, 98 to 83. And when I say like this game was just a slugfest, just a bunch of bad basketball, that'd be an understatement. The Raptors could not buy a bucket to save their lives, man. Looking at the starting lineup, I was surprised that they went with Precious Achiuwa as a starting, because especially since we re-signed Ken Birch for that not huge amount of money, but that deal that he'd be starting. But the starting five, man, for Scotty Barnes, even though he was inefficient. He was showing great offense, not great offense. He's passing the ball well. He was defending well. OG Anunoby, it was just not his night. He was aggressive. Like he was taking the same shots he was taking preseason. He just didn't make them. Like OG Anunoby, I don't expect another game like this from him. He was aggressive at least. He was in the passing lanes. 3 for 17 is crazy for OG Anunoby, but he was aggressive, and that's what I like to see. Precious Tua, this is the first time I've seen a fault in his game, and is that he can't guard big men. Montrezl Harrell just ate. We didn't have an answer for Don Montrezl Harrell or Daniel Gafford. They just destroyed us on the offensive glass. They were great interior defenders. Like we didn't have any interior defense until Nick Nurse brought in Ken Birch, and he was much better than Precious Chua, I must admit. But Precious Chua just adds that duality though that is so useful. But Ken Birch came in, he provided the type of presence we needed. Got to align a lot. Then you see our bench. Our bench just didn't come to play. Chris Boucher, he came in the end of the second half. No, end of the fourth quarter with Scotty Barnes, Wojanobi, Precious Achiuwa, Fred VanVleet, and Delano Banton with Chris Boucher sprinkled in there. They gave us our offense. Delano Banton saved us from an embarrassment. It was nothing to cheer for. I wanted to turn off the game, but Banton came and gave us great offense. He was in the passing lanes. He was running the the break, and he was just doing everything. Chris Boucher came in. He also gave us good minutes. He made 1 3. We weren't efficient at all. Like we weren't efficient. 7 for 34, and a lot of these shots were open, so I'm not mad. But Fred VanVleet, man, see a lot. I've said this a lot of times. Fred VanVleet is not a person that I want leading my team. The reason being is if you're 5 for 20, it can't happen, man. As a point guard, especially when we have so many weapons, we can't have you going 5 for 20. And this is the thing. Last year, he did the same thing. He just most of his shots would be threes, and he can't finish around the rim as well as he used to. And this is the first game. I'm not gonna overreact, but last year too, he shot 40% from the field or something crazy like that. Fred VanVleet just is inconsistent. And the threes, some of them were open threes, some of them were bad shots, I must admit. But the layups he was missing, like he misses those. And I've always wanted him to add that floater to his game. I've always wanted him to have a little Malachi Flynn in him where you add that floater to your game so everything opens up a bit more. But like looking at him play, it was just like he was trying his best to make something happen, but it just wasn't working. Goran Dragic was that little steady. He steadied the ship, but I mean, too little, too late because we got destroyed, and we had no answer. We had no answer for them. We had no answer for them. We couldn't hit nothing. And looking at this team, we don't have a lot of shot makers. We have a lot of playmakers like Scotty Barnes, Precious Chua, Goran Dragic, Fred VanVleet. All these guys are playmakers, but the only shot makers we probably have are Gary Trent, Fred VanVleet, and Dragic. OG Anunoby is getting there, but those are only shot makers. And when you see our team and our lineup and how it looked, it just looked abysmal. Like I see Stream Look having a much better game. I don't see that happening because he played great in preseason. Even though it's only preseason, I still see a better game than from him. And I just hope that next game we have a better game from VanVleet because that was abysmal. That was bad. That was bad. And that as our first game was just not a good showing. Drake on the sideline talking smack to Montreal. It was just not a good showing. We played good defense at the end of the game, but it just wasn't enough. It wasn't enough. It was not enough. Kyle Kuzma, even though he wasn't efficient, provided them great rebounding, which is crazy. And Bradley Beal, of course, it's Bradley Beal. He was decent, efficiently. Was getting to the line. He was just doing everything he needed for their team to win. And Wizards team always knew they were a good team. Honestly, I feel like the Wizards team is probably the type of team that the Raptors are going to be this season. Maybe underlooked, but probably sneak into um, um the playoffs race. You know, and just this is just bad loss. A bad loss. Raptors need an interior presence. And of course, we still have Kim Birch, and Kim Birch I think is a much better center to guard the centers like Montrezl Harrell, maybe even Joel Embiid, even though I doubt that. But for our bench, if we go up against a team that has two big men, like a 76ers, I just don't see us competing because, like we've seen preseason, Precious Achiuwa could not guard Andre Drummond, and he was eating in the first game. The second game, it wasn't as bad, but we were just double teaming. And Joel Embiid was there, so we didn't really see Drummond, but we needed more interior presence. And that's all I can say right now. Scotty Barnes got it for start. I'm just thinking now Siakam will start, and Siakam and Scotty Barnes are pretty similar. And I it's kind of sad because I don't see I could see in line them when both of them are playing, but it just wouldn't be efficient because who would play center? Chris Chua, Siakam, Scotty Barnes, maybe Gary Trent and Fred VanVleet, like as that lineup, that'd be decent. Be a lot of switchability, a lot of versatility, but the defense for big men, it just wouldn't work. I remember we did a small ball lineup last year with OJ Anomi at the five. Remember when we versed the Pacers and he did an amazing job on Sabonis. But that's just I don't see that happening this year. Honestly, I don't see us having that type of switchability or interior defense because just looking at how Montrezl Harrell was just destroying us and Daniel Gafford, how you just see the difference. I can't see that. I don't know what Nick is gonna do. Honestly, I don't know. I don't know what he could have done differently. I'm trying to think. Maybe he could have added a different lineup. No, he brought on Banton and he gave us a great spurt of offense. But Boucher wasn't hitting his shots. No one was hitting their shot. There's nothing we could do. If you like the video, like the video. Hopefully next game, who are we versing next? Hopefully against Boston, we get a better showing because they don't have a good big. They have cancer, but they don't have great bigs. Maybe with that switchability, we can finally use the lineup to its fullest. If you like the video, like the video. Raptors sub, everything Raptors, and peace.